Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to my aunt's attic.
Welcome back. Let's unpack.
I still have to get used to I'm still getting used to videoing, I feel like.
Yeah,
You good over there?
it's weird. Because I can see now your camera as
And
well.
I can see yours. We're still experimenting,
So now there's
folks.
like 5 different people in the room.
Yeah. We're still experimenting with exactly how we want to set this up. This is going to be our second episode where we're up and down.
Oh, hey,
maybe?
wait. Let's do this. Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Mary Grace. Oh my god.
Wait, and just in case. Hey. In case I put you on the top.
Oh, okay. Hi. Anyone who's not watching this is going to be like,
well, then you should be watching
Yeah,
it. Because
just
why are you
audio.
not watching it?
just audio people are like, what the heck is going on? Please watch this. This is
We're
ridiculous.
just waving at each other. What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Speak normal.
Anyway, how are you this week?
Good.
Elaborate.
I'm barely conscious right now. I'm
Same,
so
bro.
tired.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up at 10:36.
Yeah.
I stayed up until 3. You behavior.
Yeah.
Because I was doing shrinky dinks.
Elaborate. What?
Do you know what shrinky dink is?
No.
Oh.
Wait, are the little plastic things that
it's a plastic and you put it in like the oven and then
Okay. I do know what that is. What did you make?
I was inspired by something I saw at Marshall's, which was basically, it was like tin or metal, and it was like strawberries, and it was like a little like, what do you call it? Not like a wind chime, but like almost like a baby
A mobile?
mobile.
Or mobile?
Kind of.
I don't know how to say it.
In between a wind chime and a mobile. So, but I made, because it's clear, I made a bunch of strawberries on a little dangle. Well, I ended up putting them on a spoon. Anyway, I just have to show it to you.
Putting them on a spoon.
Yeah, well, because I wanted them to hang from something.
What did the spoon have to do with anything, though?
It didn't. It was just the only thing that I had.
You lost me.
Because, like, so
usually
the one
I
that
can picture it, what you're doing, but I don't know.
The one that I saw at Marshall's was obviously a lot bigger, but it was like a stick. Okay, follow me? Stick.
You're hanging them off the spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
And
meant
then they
like you're
dangle.
putting them on the spoon, and when you put them in the oven, like they formed the
Oh,
spoon.
no. We're talking finished product.
Oh, okay.
No. They're hanging off of a spoon.
Okay.
Not one from my drawer. That was the first question my sister asked. She was like, you just got this from the kitchen? No. This is a special spoon that I've had separate from every other spoon for a while. I don't know where it
Is
came
it
from.
long? Like really?
No, it's just a spoon. They're little. The strawberries are only like this big. But I want them to be for like in a window because they're clear.
Okay.
It's cute, I think. I don't know.
That's fun. That's
It
a
was
fun little
fun.
project. Did you look more into the mosaic thing that I showed you?
No.
No.
The only issue is I don't have money.
Okay, yeah. The little hobbies and everything that I want to get into are kind of expensive. And then my problem is I interested in everything. I want to do all the hobbies, but then they're expensive, and then I just buy like a starter kit, and then I start doing it. I'm like, oh, I'm not immediately good at this. I don't want to do it anymore. I just wasted like $50.
Yeah.
I actually just recently saw on Facebook an ad that says a hobby of the month or something like that, or a craft of the month. Just gives you a new thing each month to
That's
get into
cool.
new thing. And I'm like, am I going to end up spending money on this? Because like there's like wood burning and carving and whittling.
I almost got into punch needling. Is that what it's called? Punch needling?
I looked at that too. I want to do that.
I have all the stuff if you want it because I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It's like aggressive.
Wait a second. Are you talking about
Not punch felting, not the felting.
not felting?
No.
Okay.
Like the punch needling where it's like you have like a fabric, a canvas, and it's stretched over like the
Yes.
circle. What do you call it? The
The
stretcher.
loom
The
thingy?
loom. And you punch. You have like
Okay,
a
yes.
yarn running through a needle and you punch.
That is one I wanted to try. I did want to try that.
Try it. I have all the stuff. It's aggressive because like boom,
I
boom.
think that'd be so.
Boom.
I thought that was how felting was going to be with like the stabbing, but no.
No, it's like
Yeah.
because I watched the
It was-
ASMR videos of them making
yeah.
like little foxes wearing hats and stuff.
Yeah, it was way too precise. I wanted to like stab, and
Well-
you can't do that.
Punch needling is precise because it's almost like you're working on like a very fine grid because the fabric itself is like, you know.
Well, the doing, like the design of it is precise, but the action is going to be a little bit more satisfying as far as like the pop of it going through.
I don't
right?
like the pop.
See,
it's too loud. Like, it's not a thing I can do, like sitting and watching TV with the family, because they're all just looking at me going, boom, 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 boom. And it's like exhausting.
See, that's the beauty of living alone. I can do these kind of things and not irritate anybody.
You're going to get a sound complaint for punching it.
Yeah. Speaking of irritating people when people are around. So last week we talked about my cousin having her gallbladder out.
Yeah.
She recovered here for the week, and then come Saturday, I drove her back down to our hometown in Ohio, which is about 6.5 hours away. And because I wasn't going to do that trip in one day, I did stay the night. It was just like a quick trip. But that one night, I have just a hard time putting up with people because they don't do the things that I would do the way I would do them.
Right.
And when they don't do that, it bugs me. Like, why aren't you doing it the way I would do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I go to my parents' house, and I'm staying the night there. My brother is now home, and he's staying in, like, what is considered, like, the guest room. Well, there's another guest room. But that guest room is completely filled with all of my grandma and my mom's crap, like crafts and whatever.
Yeah.
And then also now my brother's stuff. It is just completely, it's a junk room at this point. There is a little bed in it that I would sometimes sleep in if I was there. But you can't even get to it anymore because there's just so much crap in the way. I walked up there, I looked at it, I was like, I'm not going to caveman climb my way through here. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I was like, I'll just sleep on the couch. It's no big deal. But the problem is, I'm an old woman. I go to bed early. Like 10 o'clock, I'm crashed out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I didn't know it. My family had a thing to go to, and so they didn't get home from that until maybe 9-ish or something, 9:30, whatever. Well, I'm in the living room. I'm watching something on my iPad. We'll talk about that in a minute. But
that musical?
We're going to hold off because I'm going to spiral.
Oh,
I'm going to spiral. Anyway. No, so I'm in the living room. I'm finishing up watching what I'm watching on my iPad. Didn't want to bother with their TV. They come home and they start a movie at like 9:30 or something. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
I feel like this happens every time you go there.
So they're starting.
It's like an issue with the movie, and yeah.
So they start a movie like way late, and at first I was like, okay, I'll watch it, but I was really tired. I just drove almost 7 hours. I didn't sleep a whole lot. It was a lot. I was tired. But I was like, they're watching a movie. I'm not going to say anything. So I just kind of covered my face. I just tried to go to sleep. And I was like starting to zone out. But of course, they don't bother to talk at a normal level. My brother is also the loudest human being on the face of the planet. And that's coming from me, who's very loud usually. And he startled me so bad. They started laughing about something. They're all talking and everything at full volume. Startled me. Now I'm wide awake, but I'm still trying to sleep.
Right.
And then after the movie ends, so it was like, I don't know, 11
what was the movie?
Something. They watched The Curious Life of Timothy Green?
The Odd Life?
The Odd Life of Timothy Green? Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Bad movie.
Bad movie?
Not a good movie.
I don't know. I didn't really watch it. I just don't like the chick, Jennifer Gardner, I think, is in it.
I don't like her either.
Yeah, I don't like her. So I was like, I don't feel like watching this. But they seemed to enjoy it, I guess. I don't know, because they were laughing about something. They were being loud. But then after the movie ends, you'd think, hey, there's someone trying to sleep here.
Let's
go and watch
I wouldn't be there to begin with, but
yeah,
let's go somewhere else now.
There are 16 other TVs in this house. There's a TV in every room.
Well, I'm also not like a sit-down movie watcher, so I don't know. This whole situation I would not be in at all. But if I was going to be in it and there was someone trying to sleep on the couch, I'd be like, the volume would be on 8.
Oh, yeah, no, they have full volume.
And I would not be speaking.
Talking.
And then I would literally slip away to bed, probably leave the TV on as to not like disturb the volume consistency
full
for
volume,
you.
Like wicked loud volume because my parents are apparently deaf or something. I don't know. So wicked loud TV volume. They're all talking at full volume. And then the movie ends and they just continue to watch TV. And the killer part about it is that I'm on the couch and so is my mom. My mom is stretched out across the entire couch while I'm literally curled up in the corner trying to sleep.
What?
And so every ounce of this was just like, this is what I mean by like, have some self-awareness.
Yes.
You know? And I guess my parents just
don't.
But
I feel like it's a blissful life to not have self-awareness. I'm kind of jealous of people who don't.
Same.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. I love my brain. I love the way I think about things. I do find things so intricately interesting that other people just kind of fly by. And I'm like, no, let's take a minute and think about this. And I love that. But it does get frustrating when I can't just let things go. It's
tiring.
It
being
is.
so self-aware and so
constant.
Conscientious and yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that kind of bothered me. But then I had to remember, like, this is not my house. I'm a guest. I don't have a right to say, do this, do that, change this about your routine. I'm stepping into their routine. So I don't have any right to demand they make changes. But at the same time, it's just like, be a little courteous toward your guests.
Yeah.
But then I'm just their daughter, so whatever.
See, I don't know. I just would always put guest first.
And that's what I mean. I'm like, I would go out of my way to make sure someone's comfortable, or like, what do you need? Like, what can I do to make sure that you're comfortable? But
oh, look, I burnt my finger last night making my shrinky dinks, and there's a bubble.
Where? Which one? Where?
Right on that freckle.
Oh.
I know. I hope it doesn't burn off because I love this freckle.
I think it'll be
Can
okay.
you see it? What if it burned off?
That would be sad.
I love it.
It's your favorite freckle?
Burn aside. Look at that freckle. Okay, I do love this one. Because look at how big it is.
That's a good one.
It's so solid. Like, you can definitely see that one.
Yeah, that's a good freckle.
But
I don't know
I'll
if
be
I have
sad to lose this one.
I got one right here. It's a light one. And no, that's not going to show up on camera at all. I got one right there.
Oh, yeah.
No, okay, so this was funny. I have a mole right at the corner of my mouth.
Do you?
Which it's small.
Oh, okay.
It's light. I don't mind that one, but I actually had a zit.
Okay.
Right at the top of my eyebrow.
Yeah.
And when it started to heal, like, it was flat, but it was still kind of like a darker red or whatever. It hadn't completely. And I was like, I need to color that in.
You liked it?
I really liked it. It was just right at the
I've
at the
never
curve
had
of my
that
eyebrow.
before. What?
I was like, I need to color that in. I need to add a little mole right there. That was really cute. Now it's gone, and no, I'm not going to do that, though.
Huh.
But yeah.
I've never had that. Well, I keep getting, like, little ones, like, right here for some reason. And I'm, like, trying to convince myself that the aftermarks are, like, freckles. I'm like, you like freckles? This is, like, very similar. Come on. But I can't convince myself.
When I went to the beach last year, got a lot of sun. Yeah. Didn't use enough sunscreen. That was my fault. My bad. Also discovered I don't look very good tan. So I'm not going to be doing...
complain. You always complain. Oh, I look so pale when we put on the video.
So pale.
Why don't I?
But no,
you
just like the degree of tan was just like
too much.
You look burnt.
I look
not
good
like
tan.
sunburnt, but you look like you were in the oven too long. Like you're crispy. Like it didn't look good on me. So I was like, you know what? I think I look just better pale. But I did when I got tan. All my freckles that I never really thought I had, they came out in full space. The only problem was I had a grouping of freckles on
That's
one
so cool.
side of my lip.
Wait, Eric only gets them on one side of his forehead.
But mine looked like a mustache, like
That's
a half-shaved mustache. It was not cute.
Okay.
It was not cute.
What? I'm so jealous. I don't get them.
I got
like that.
A lot of freckles. Like
that's not fair.
But it's only when I'm like wicked tan that
I would do it every year if it meant that I.
Freckles are so cute.
They're
I am
so
jealous.
cool. Are you kidding?
They're very cute.
I don't get them. My mom has like some on her arms and she's a little speckly, but I do not get them. I have one on my face, I think. It's right here. And then I have this red dot.
At least you don't have I've got chickenpox scars.
Yes.
Directly. Can we see that? No,
I literally don't notice them until you point at them.
No, one is directly dead center forehead.
Whatever.
And one's off to the side a little bit. I wish can't get the angle.
Yeah, you can't see it because it barely exists.
It's like it's right there. But yeah. Somebody in my old school asked, like, they thought I shoved pencil erasers into my head to make it indented or something. And I'm like, no, it's a scar. What?
Can you imagine?
What kind of sense does that make? I mean, it is like a little round divot, like a little.
Hey, I've had a migraine that would maybe convince me to do that if it was gonna help.
Really?
So, oh sure, I literally dig my thumbs into my. I want to actually press my thumbs behind my eyeballs and pop them out sometimes.
This is a really good spot, like right above your ear.
Yeah,
the muscle right above your ear. That's a good spot for migraine.
Oh my god, I think I might have solved my issue though, because I had been getting them more and more and more frequently, and then it was like almost every day I would just keep getting like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know that. I'll say headache. I don't know though, because I could be like underestimating how bad it was,
Well,
or I could be overestimating it. But when it lasts for like days,
migraines tend to. There's other symptoms like a headache. Your head hurts.
yeah. But like when
Migraines,
you're nauseous and like you want to kill yourself,
that's
okay.
migraine.
So, but I think it's the blue light, because I put my phone just one day, because I always get them at work because I'm literally at a computer all day. I would always get a headache because I work all day Saturdays.
That smells so good.
What smells
she's
good?
cooking in there.
She's probably just like doing the onions part, the onions, garlic, and the olive oil part. But I would get them every Saturday. Was that in your butt?
Yes. Whipped out the remote.
I was getting them every Saturday at work, and then one day I was just like, I put my phone on like night shift or whatever, and I put the work computer on night shift.
You can do that? Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. Well, it's just like a Windows or whatever. I went into the display settings and I put it on like night shift or like yellow mode. I don't know.
The more you know.
I messed with the color. And it was the strangest thing because I didn't get a headache, but I was obviously tired after work. But it was just a weird sensation of tired but no headache.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is this what being human is? It was so strange. So, but it's been better. It's been a better life for me. I can tell right now that this is not, because I have to you have to schedule it. You cannot just like turn on night shift and leave it on.
It does turn
You have
off.
to schedule it for like midnight to 11. You know what I mean? Like 11:59, because it'll turn off automatically in the morning. But I think that's
that'll do. Have you gotten blue light glasses?
I have. I look so bad with glasses.
I think you need to get the right frames. That's it.
Well,
everyone looks good in glasses.
The
when you have the
thing
right frame.
about me and glasses is that they always cover my eyebrows. I don't know why. Sunglasses too. The frames always just sit right where my eyebrows are, and that's not good.
My glasses
because then
do
I'll be
that.
like, and then they appear, and it's like, oh shoot.
My glasses do that. They do sit like right at my eyebrows, and because of the thicker black frame, it makes me look like I have a unibrow.
Right.
But everyone knows you're wearing glasses, so it's fine. Like they don't think you have a unibrow or anything.
But I just feel like the tails will stick out. I don't know. It just doesn't work. I just really need to look into it.
Yeah. No, there are some like really cute like aviator styles, and there's a whole bunch of different things that you can find.
Well, do I need blue light glasses if I just put everything on night shift?
Well, no, if that works for you,
We'll see.
stick with that for a while, and then if it works, great. Then you don't need blue light glasses. But I don't know. I don't know.
How do we get on this? Oh, the pencil eraser in your head.
Yeah. Speaking of the musical, though, we're gonna.
Okay, so what is it called again?
It's called Next to Normal.
Can I just say there are too many musicals? There's so many. How are there still some that I haven't heard of?
This never made it to Broadway. It never transferred to Broadway. I don't know the exact story of it or anything, but right now it's on PBS, and it'll be on.
Did PBS get defunded?
By the American government.
Oh.
But it still can be like privately funded, I believe.
So we're good.
We're good.
Is Martha Speaks okay?
I don't know what that is.
You didn't watch Martha Speaks? Did you watch PBS when you were a kid or no? Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
I love PBS.
I don't know what
the Wildcat brothers.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
They were on PBS.
Okay, so
Martha
yes,
Speaks,
I did.
Arthur.
Yeah. Okay.
There
was a few.
Yeah.
But no, this will be on PBS Next to Normal until June 30th. I've already watched it 4 times.
What does that mean? They're just running it all the time?
They run it for right now. It's like loaded on there for right now, but they're taking it down on June 30th, I think. I have watched it 4 times. It is so
What is it? What is it
good.
about? Is it like, I get a Dear Evan Hansen vibe. What is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's hard to say too much about it without giving too much of it away, because the premise of it is the spoiler.
Okay.
But it's about this family, the wife of whom is dealing with mental health issues, and it's the family's way of it shows the story of how the family deals with it and like what they do and what it's all about, the onset of it, this, that, and the other.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much because, like I said, the big spoiler. But if you do watch it on PBS, actually, I'm gonna make you watch it because
I'm actually interested in it.
You have to mute. There's like this weird introduction that is almost like a summary preview, and it gives away.
Oh,
so mute it before it starts.
Can I skip ahead?
Yeah. It like PBS. Next up on PBS is Next to Normal, where this, and then it gives like a summary, and I'm like, well, you just ruined it. So don't watch the little introduction. Mute your TV or skip over it or something until it starts. And I actually, the first time I watched it was on TikTok. People uploaded clips of it, and I'm like, what's this? Because the actor in it, Jack Wolf, is from Shadow and Bone, who that show, I loved that show, and of course, freaking. I have a bone to pick with Netflix. The one good book to movie or book to television show adaptation we ever got, they canceled it after 2 seasons. It was such a good adaptation. Amazing. They took, so Shadow and Bone is a trilogy. And then Six of Crows in Crooked Kingdom, I think, is a duology that is in the same universe, but it's a separate series, or it's a separate duology. But the show combined the storylines in a way that was so brilliant.
Okay.
Really like it actually, one of the characters from Shadow and Bone, Mal, he sucks in the book. They made him so great in the show. So I would actually say like the parts of the show were better than the books.
Right.
And they canceled it.
Why?
It was so freaking good.
Why are they doing this?
That's why I have a hard time. And that's honest. I'm like, that's probably why they cancel things, because they're not getting enough attention, because nobody wants to start a show with the possibility of it getting canceled. I don't start shows until they're finished because of this. It's so stupid. Netflix, bring it freaking back. It was so good. But Jack Wolf is in that. He plays Wylan in Shadow and Bone, and then he plays one of the characters in Next to Normal. And I saw it on TikTok. I was like, oh, what's that? I like that guy. Like, what's going on? Kept seeing clips of it, and I was like, what the heck? Thankfully, somebody
TikTok
actually
knows you.
Yeah. They actually uploaded all of the parts, and so I'm like scrolling through, and I'm like watching it originally on TikTok. Then I was like, oh my god. Then I see that it's actually on PBS, so I watched it then. Yeah, 4 times I've watched it. I'll probably watch it another 15 times before the end of June. It is so good. So good. And what I really appreciate about it, I'm gushing about it. Oh my god. The fact that it's not a happy ending.
Okay.
Not a particularly happy ending, but it's a real ending.
Right.
And again, I can't say too much without giving it away, but I really appreciate the reality of the situation and how they handled it. Which, once you realize what it's like really about, it would feel almost like a kick in the teeth if it was a happy ending. For people who are going through a similar situation like this,
right?
For it to have a happy ending, it would feel like such a kick in the teeth. Be like, how dare you have your happy ending? Where's my happy ending? So the fact that it's not was like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, I can still completely relate to this. Not me.
Right.
But once you know, you know.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so good. And this actually leads me to my other thing, what I was saying about earlier. I'm back down to 4 friends. Because, like I said, I like the way my brain works. I like analyzing things and picking it apart and looking at the details and everything, and not just like being satisfied with looking at the big picture. I want to get up and close and personal and see the individual brushstrokes of everything, you know? And that's what this musical is actually so good with. Like, you can watch it 15 different times and realize so many different things every time you do.
Yes.
Where was I going with that?
4 friends?
Yeah. I met up with him on Monday.
Okay.
We sat and talked for like 5 hours again. But the conversation, I did realize. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I don't have any friends. I made a new friend.
No, you have too many.
I do have too many.
Yeah, one was getting cut sooner or later. I'm just glad it wasn't me.
You are not on the chopping block.
One was getting cut. We knew that was coming because you had exceeded your friend limit.
Yeah. Well, he came in, and I was honest with him from the very beginning. And this past conversation that we had, while it was still a good conversation, there were things said that made me realize that he's not going to be able to accept the fact that I am just a friend. I cannot offer anything more than that. And he was looking for something more. And I kept trying to give him examples of how my mind works and why I can only be a friend. And he either wasn't getting it or he just didn't believe me. Because at one point he was just like, you could be bullshitting. Like, I don't even know.
Why
would I bullshit about this?
I feel like it's been made known I'm assuming at this point in your friendship and after all the conversations you had is that you do not do that.
Like I said, we've spent the first time we got together, or we talked for over an hour and a half, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We got together the first time, we talked for 4 hours. This last time we got together was a 5-hour conversation. And a lot of it was centered around like who we are as people and like the type of lifestyle we live, what we want to do. And at no point did I ever give him the idea that I was even open to the possibility of trying to do anything more than friendship.
Right. No, but I'm saying, like, if you were going to try to make something known, I feel like you're very straight up about everything. And so you would not be, like, making this up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, and I told him, I was like, no, like, if I could, I would want to be normal. Like, it's kind of exhausting and frustrating having to justify and defend myself because I'm not what people would consider, like, your average progression of life. You know, people go to school, they grow up, they get their job, they find a relationship, they get married, they move in together, they have a house, they have kids. It's the natural progression of life for most people. And so the fact that I don't fit into that, I'm constantly having to explain and then justify it and defend myself when I say, no, it's not that I can't, it's that I don't want to. And people don't get that. And people aren't willing to accept it. And it's kind of like, if I could, I would. I can't. So I'm not gonna torture myself with it. You know what I mean? I'm going to learn how to accept myself, and I have. I'm very content with my solitude. I'm very happy. Why would I want to change that and then be miserably alone, you know?
Right.
When I'm perfectly content being alone, and I'm not, because I see my friend, she wants to be married more than anything in the world. That's all she's ever wanted, was to be married and to have kids. She wants that classic stay-at-home mom life.
Mm-hmm.
And she's miserable because she doesn't have it. And it's heartbreaking to watch it. Why would I want to put myself, like, change and mold my mind to try and fit the standard when I'm perfectly happy? And people are just like, well, you might change your mind. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not saying that I might not ever. Like,
I don't think you're close to the idea at all.
I don't want it. I'm like, I'm not saying that I never could. Like, someone perfect could come along. You know, God could put it really on my heart. He could change my heart. But he also right now knows my heart. It's not what I want. He's not going to torture me with that. He's not going to put it on my heart to give me something that I don't want and make me want it when I can't have it.
Right.
You know what I'm talking in circles, but yeah, it just sounded like he was not going to be able to accept just a solid friendship. He kind of kept getting me to, like, well, look at it this way, and, well, have you thought about this, and have you tried this? And it's like,
do you, like,
bro,
what do you think this is? Do you think I have, like, what?
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, you know, I really do like talking about, like, you're interesting. We obviously can have good conversations. We're back and forth. I would like to be friends. But then he hit me with, you know, it's disappointing to not be able to. And I'm like, I'm sorry my existence is disappointing to your expectations.
He said what?
Not that I'm disappointing, but, like,
that this didn't go the way that he thought it would go.
Yeah, like, he's in a place.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
He's looking for a partner. He's looking for a relationship kind of thing, and to be talking with someone and to know that that's not going to happen, he was, you know, it's disappointing for him. And I'm like, I'm not going to apologize for who I am. And I didn't. I was just like, you know, I understand that this is not what you wanted. I'm not going to hold you back. Obviously, if you want to. You know, if we could be friends while you try and find other people to date, great. But if not, I understand. I'm not going to apologize, though.
Just makes me angry because it feels like his plan didn't go the way he wanted it. Like, this was, like, manipulative.
I don't want to say manipulative, but he had an expectation that wasn't met,
but he also agreed to the terms of service.
Yeah, I mean, I was straight up like,
no, I know you were.
Straight up honest from the very beginning.
the first text you sent him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to give them the wrong idea, so you let him know right off the bat, and he was like, oh, yes, that's totally fine.
He did, like, now that I think about it, and now that I'm stepping back and realizing, like, okay, this is not somebody who is able to have a boy-girl friendship. It's just not in his cards. But the first text message that, after I said I can only do friendship, he sent back and he said, I don't want to push you into anything you're not ready for. So in his head, I think he was probably still thinking, like, there's an opportunity for development. But I'm like, it's not a thing that
he
happens.
didn't take it, like, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So, kind of a bummer. And it's hard for me to wrap my head around because, sorry, my makeup is really...
You're good.
I'm gonna keep eating this thing.
Eat it.
I have had guy friends. I have guy friends.
Yes.
And, I mean, my aunt did say, if you were to ask them at one point, they probably did have a crush on you. But they never pushed me. They never initiated anything. They never made it awkward in a way that I couldn't just be friends with them. They were fine just hanging out, going, like,
it just made
they never put it in a box where I had to maneuver around their liking for me.
Yes.
They kept it platonic enough where they continued on with their life. I continued on with mine. We can be friends still, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that. And then I'm bashing him right now. It sounds like I'm really just only focusing on the negative. Really nice guy. Great conversationalist. I had such a great time getting to know him and everything. I don't want to make it seem like he wasn't nice. But this is a podcast and we're going to talk bad about people.
And he knows about it, doesn't he?
He knows about the podcast, but
oops.
He doesn't listen. He's not going to listen to it or anything. But
this topic just makes me really angry, honestly.
That's also why I'm like, I'm not angry about it. I'm just like, whatever.
I mean, I get angry.
What it is.
Just this idea just makes me so angry because, like, I don't know. When I was in high school, like, I would have guy friends. My mom would be like, "Be careful," like and I'm like, "No, they don't," and then they did, and I'm like, And then I had a friend who's not a friend anymore. Tell me, like, yeah, like, all of your guy friends have had a crush on you at some point. He's like, we don't want to. It's just the nature of men. I'm like, oh, you suck so bad. You all suck so bad. Why are you all like, why is it like, why?
Well, I asked him straight up. I was like, I don't know how guys' minds work. So when you see
they don't.
When you see someone, what is the first thing that draws you? Like, oh, it's attraction. It's a physical attraction first and foremost.
Oh God, I'm tangled.
So men are not going to talk to you unless they're physically attracted to you. And because they're physically attracted to you and they get to know you, they develop feeling. Like, there's no, unless you, like, grow up with someone before physical attraction becomes a thing and you establish a friendship before physical attraction becomes a thing.
Maybe. I would still even say a big maybe for men. I just don't get it. I just don't get that mind. I just don't have that. Well, I have the opposite where it's very rare for me to look at someone and be attracted to them. And then I don't want to talk to them.
Well, that's just it. I mean, women usually, if we're talking generic wise, women will come from the emotional standpoint. And then the physical attraction comes after you're emotionally attached.
It's actually insane how much getting to know someone can make them so much more attractive.
I actually told him, because I asked him, I was like, what do men look at first? Physical attraction, he said. And I was like, see, I had a coworker who I describe him as a bridge troll.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. But he was by far, hands down, one of the most unattractive people I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
He was so kind to me.
Right.
He stood up for me.
It's insane.
He became so attractive to me.
Yes.
So that's what I'm like. Men and women are coming at it from two different perspectives. And so
it's horrible
to find that middle ground where you both agree that emotionally and physically you can meet there is kind of amazing in general. But yeah, no, it's hard for men and women to be friends because you're coming at it from a different perspective. And it's just, I don't know. But like I said, I have guy friends, and even if they did have a crush on me at one point, they never pursued it in a way that made me uncomfortable.
But it still makes me mad that they even did. Because I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's really crazy. Well, it's like, once I know someone, I just kind of almost forget what they look like. Because, not that I forget what they look like, but I don't know what their level of attractiveness is. Because I know my level of attraction for them, like, in our hearts. You know what I mean?
Like the basic standard of societal expectations for their looks has been skewed.
Yes, like if someone's like,
emotional.
if I have a friend and someone's like asking me like if they're good looking, I'm like, well, I like them. Like I don't like know, you know what I mean? I'm not.
It's hard to
I'm
step
not
back
describing it well.
outside of the personal knowing and do the objective.
Because I've gotten to know someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't remove yourself from the subjective to enter back into the objective to be able to give a broad view of them.
Yeah. I also so I know you started I'm so sorry, this is related, trust me. I know you watched like the first 2 episodes of Severance. Mark, the main guy, is weird looking, right? Didn't we, like, Josie, we were all talking about that. But because I know like the way his character developed, I find him to be so attractive. And so is everybody on TikTok. And it's so funny because I do step back sometimes and I'm like, oh, he's kind of weird looking.
The Cillian Murphy.
What?
Do you know who Cillian Murphy is?
No.
Actor. He was in like Peaky Blinders. He's been in a lot of things. He's becoming like really, really famous or whatever.
Okay.
Conventionally not attractive at all.
Right.
But the characters he plays, as well as him in and of himself.
Right.
You watch his interviews and everything, his demeanor is so attractive that physically speaking, people are like, oh my God, he's so hot. And I'm like,
right.
As someone who is not in that realm of
like,
I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not.
I don't find Robin Williams to be physically attractive, but I do think he's an attractive.
His personality is so attractive that yeah. There's so many people.
Yes.
That are like that. Yeah. It makes me feel weird when I'll have to bring up a picture of Jack Wolf because he is not what I would call hot by any means, but I'm scrolling through because all my algorithms have shifted
edits.
They're like, oh my God, he's so hot. He's so hot. I'm like,
no, yeah, because
he's not. He is precious.
Yes.
He is what I would call ethereally beautiful. He is.
Let me see him.
He is so just.
Look
up Jack Wolf, folks, because he is precious, and he's, oh my gosh, he's an angel baby. I love him so much.
Jack Wolf.
He's my age too.
Good name. Be in a book.
Look at this baby. Oh my gosh, he's not hot. Look how precious he is.
How old is he?
29.
Are we kidding? He looks like a baby.
Is he not the most precious thing in the world?
He could play like 14 years old.
Yeah.
How old is he in the musical? Supposed to be?
He's supposed to be 18.
Okay, yeah. Wow, he looks so young.
He's precious. Nowhere in the description would I ever claim him to be hot.
He should play like Jack Frost or something.
He's beautiful though.
Right?
Don't play with me. Oh my God, that would be so perfect. Oh my God.
Oh, he's so
precious. But there is something about him that I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh.
Conclusion. Women are better than men. Morally.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
I know.
I just think that you know what? No.
No. Let's leave it at yeah.
I don't want to say that's the frustrating thing because while I'm not romantically or sexually attracted to men, I love men.
See, that's where we differ.
When you have a good guy, like Milo Manheim. Good man.
Yes, but he's such a flirt.
Is he a flirt?
I think yes.
Okay, so
he kisses everybody on the cheek.
Okay, that's a total different. That's kind of like a charm and a flirt, but there's a difference between
I would
being
not
flirty.
Want to date him.
There's a difference between being flirty and being a man whore.
I feel like we're border. I don't know.
No, he's precious.
He's like a little bit too much of a heartthrob for me. Like I want him to kind of humble back a little bit. Like, I think he knows it. You know what I mean?
See, I don't get that impression. I feel like you might be letting.
I see a lot of fan interactions. I just see him.
You might be letting the fan videos get
Well,
in the way. Yeah. No,
because if I was dating him, like,
take the fan interactions out of it. Just take him as he is.
Well, I don't know him.
Don't
that
let
well.
the influence of the fans get you down, man.
I just don't. It's just a little too charming. A little too.
Well, I would never want to date. Period. But if I was normal, I would never want to date someone in the.
Stop! Don't say normal.
I'm next to normal.
Just say heterosexual.
Okay, yeah. If I was heterosexual, then I would not want to date someone in the limelight in any capacity.
Oh, sure, yes.
So yeah, that would be. That'd be a lot. I don't know if I could actually really handle that. Just because I'm a bit more of a wallflower. I say that as we put ourselves out here on the internet like this.
I don't know. I don't know.
But my gosh,
I do like
so
him.
Precious. His big
Milo.
old doe eyes. You should watch Shadow and Bone just for him. He's so cute.
Shadow in Bone.
Shadow and Bone.
And Bone.
Shadow and Bone. Yeah.
Shadow and
I'm
Bone.
still Netflix. Fix your face. Get with the program and everything.
Sucks.
Oh
Netflix
God.
sucks. I can't even do like a small screen on my phone anymore. Since the new, like, you know how there's like the new tiers of like how much you pay. Like, so now, like, oh, I don't know. Well, I have Netflix on the TV. Now there's like a new thing where, like, even though I'm paying monthly for I'm not paying. My mom is. Someone's paying monthly for Netflix. You get ads now because I'm not on this like next tier. And also on my phone, you know how you can sometimes leave the app and it will make a small screen, and you can't do that anymore. So when you leave the app, it pauses.
Do you guys have like the lowest tier?
Yeah. Duh.
They're really.
But I think that's ridiculous.
They're really doing everything above and beyond just to try and force you to pay more.
Yeah.
And you know, if you wanted to keep, you should have kept it as the DVDs. You know, you should have kept people renting DVDs if you didn't want them sharing their passwords and having more friends. Like, all my friends and family have my family all have my Netflix.
Yeah.
Because I pay buku bucks for it. I'm going to share it with all my family, and I shouldn't be condemned for that.
No, that should be allowed.
It's just absolutely
I agree
ridiculous.
with the idea of, like, you can only have so many screens playing at once. I think that's a good way to regulate, like, how many people have your account.
Well, it can also overwhelm the...
Oh, sure.
So, yeah, that I agree with.
No, I think that's a good way to regulate it, but I don't think you should regulate, like, if you can log in at a different TV or whatever. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Because, like, people switch, you know, what they're doing, and
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's annoying. I'm
Goofy,
sorry. I
wacky.
have a new home to look at. Oh, that's so cute. Except it's $190,000.
Wow. Hey, so I don't know if you remember, but last year, did you see this house up the green one that's for sale? There's a house up the road.
Okay.
Like like in the middle of this street, probably. It was sold last summer
Okay.
for...
This is
I actually
really
don't know how
cute.
much it was sold for, but I'll tell you how much it's going for now. Do you want to guess?
Am I going to throw up? What?
400,000.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Look how cute this is.
And you know
This
it's
is
going
like
to
a
go
little,
for way more than that.
This is a little old granny house or something. This is so cute.
I love little granny houses. Are we kidding?
I know. All the nice hardwood floors.
Ooh la la.
Gray, everything. Like, I mean, obviously it's easy to sell, and so that's why people do it when they flip houses. They make everything gray. Makes me want to just...
I hate it.
I hate it.
It's such a turnoff for
All
me.
it does for me is think I have to replace all of this. I have so much renovations
I have
do
to
because of this.
downgrade all of this.
Oh, it's awful.
No, I know.
That's a super cute house, though. I really like that. That's so cute.
Yeah, I like when I can look at a house and I see just like potential rather than like I have to backtrack.
I am not a fan of that street, however. That sucks. But now I'm looking at different properties and everything, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have a new appointment. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you have a Tumblr?
I don't.
You don't?
Do I need one? Because everybody's telling me lately that I'm a Tumblr girl.
You're a Tumblr girl.
And then I need a Tumblr. I think I might have had one in high school for like 5 minutes, but it was kind of already out by the time I was in high school.
So that's the thing. Tumblr will never be out. It is the cockroach of all social medias. It will never die.
Why do I need Tumblr?
So Tumblr is one of those things that
like
if you
Pinterest?
have it, it's so overrated. If you don't have it, it's completely underrated. You need to get it.
Okay.
Depending on how you curate your dashboard, it can be the epitome of like ADHD. Like 1 second you're scrolling through and you're watching a cute video of a lamb frolicking through a field of flowers. The next you're watching dogs wake themselves up by farting.
Yeah.
The next you have a post in depth analyzing the social implications of the ugly duckling and how society is missing the point of what it actually means because we're sanitizing it for children. You're getting an in-depth analysis of that. And then
Is
you're
it like Instagram?
No, it's like Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter all mixed together. You
I'm
get
scared.
a little bit of everything. And depending, like I said, what you follow and what you do. Mine is just chaos. It is quite literally, if you go through my Tumblr, you get an in-depth idea of what my brain is like.
Do you scroll like
Endlessly.
Is it like algorithmic, like in the same way?
It can be. You have a couple different. You have your For You dashboard, which will come up just like kind of an algorithm kind of thing. Like, here, we picked out these things we might. Then you have all your following and whatever. You get all that specifics. You have how many different things? You have your tags, your following, and the For You, I think.
So I need Tumblr. Do I need to post on Tumblr or I just need to get on there?
You need to get on there.
Okay.
And then my dashboard, I very rarely post things other than like a few of my fandoms and like books come out and I have something to analyze and I'm like, okay, I think this is going to happen, that blah, blah, blah. I post those.
Is there Severance on Tumblr? Is there Severance
100%.
Tumblr? Okay,
oh, yeah.
I'll get on.
Yeah, you just search that like Severance.
Don't spoil it for yourself.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, there's Miss Casey.
There it is. Yeah. And then you get pictures and posts and artwork and
cool.
And
I joined
analyzations.
Severance Reddit because I thought that there were going to be like theories and stuff, but it's just like dumb memes.
No, you can get theories. You can get in depth like this moment and like I said, you can have. I started searching like next to normal on there as well to add that to my tags and fandoms and stuff that I follow, and I love it just because you have people who are so obsessed with it. And the only way they can get their obsessions out is to go to Tumblr and to just pour everything out. And they're just like, this one scene with the way this one person shifts their eyes means this and this and this. And how it.
I like that. I need that.
Oh, get yourself a Tumblr because it is a wild ride.
I might have like still an account.
It is.
Somewhere.
It will survive the apocalypse. It really will. I got it back when I was like in middle school or something.
Man.
It was old when I was in middle school.
Did you have MySpace?
No.
I
could have. I just didn't have an interest in social media at the time when that was a thing. It was starting to dwindle when I was.
I don't think I had even ever heard of it until like I was in high school and it was already so far out.
Yeah, it was on the way out when I decided I was like, gosh, maybe I should do something with my life and get connected with other people. Biggest mistake of my life. Ugh.
I hate Facebook. Can I just say that? My mom has so many Facebook friends. That's funny.
Did that pick up in the mic?
I think a little bit.
A little bit. I don't know why I held the mic away. I should have let it rip right there. Speaking of that though, sorry, squirrel. I think we should do that with the frost. The drinks that I always make me burp. You know, like
we
the
should
Sprite
do
challenge.
like a burp contest.
It's like the Sprite challenge, but
I
don't
with the
drink
frost.
Yeah, I drink the frost, so I'll do that.
What if we throw up on cam? The people would love it.
They would.
Shalom, shalom. The comments are like, "What did I stumble on?"
Yeah.
2 girls throwing up. 2 girls, 1 ice. Is that what it's called?
I'm done.
Ice?
I'm done. Oh my god, it's frost, but
frost.
Oh, that's funny.
2 girls, 1 frost.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we'll do an episode called 2 girls, 1 frost, but except we each have our own frost.
Yeah.
2 girls, 2 frosts. And we'll like try not to throw up.
Well,
will that be our 100th episode special?
It makes me. Well, we're gonna try obviously not to throw up, but it makes me burp so bad. Like I want to do like the Sprite challenge, but if you want to do the Sprite, you do Sprite. I'll do frost.
I like both.
Okay.
I'm indifferent.
Does it make you burp though? Yeah.
If I think about Sprite, I'll burp. Are you kidding?
Well, I'm saying if you do frost.
It's carbonated, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure I will.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do the Sprite challenge, but with frost. Because I seriously, I'll take one sip of it and belch like a trucker.
But
so
the
imagine me
burps that
chugging
come
it.
out when they do the challenge are not like good burps. They're just like, ah! It's just the air like escaping.
That's what it is.
But a burp is like a concrete, like, bleh, like it's like a thing. It's like solid. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But when they do the challenges, it's just like, it's just like foamy air, like is happening to escape. Whereas like a burp is like a scheduled, planned, and like a one and done thing. But that challenge just makes, you know what I'm trying to say?
It's a
It's
synthetic
unintentional.
burp.
It's synthetic. Thank you.
Okay, I can get that. I still find them
let's
hilarious.
do it. Do you want to do it for 100th episode, or do you want to do it sooner than that?
What episode are we on?
92.
This is 92?
This will be 92.
I thought we had more than that.
No. We can do it soon, and then we can do something else for 100. What should we do for 100 then?
I don't know. Maybe
Wax
we
our
should hold
legs.
off on the 100.
Oh, we should wax our nose hairs.
Oh! No, I refuse to do that because I saw someone then, because when it grows back, it grows out
Oh, I did see
through
that.
like the top of your nose, and you can't get rid of that, and I won't do that. I won't do that.
Okay.
I will wax, wait.
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Wax my legs. I still haven't shaved the top of my legs. I shaved the
needs
knee and
it?
down because I have yet to wear shorts, but, dresses for church and everything. I shaved knee and down. My thighs are still Chewbacca. It's nice. It's nice.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
I just wanted to give an update
Okay.
on my independent study.
Okay.
So I know that that was what I talked about for most of the episode last week.
Okay.
So we ended with that professor gave me a list of revisions to do. Do you remember this?
Mhm.
He gave me this list of revisions, and that he told me that I was supposed to like check in with him throughout the semester.
I thought I dumped it.
You didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I revised it to the best I could, even though everything he told me to do was like what I already did.
I feel like he was just kind of like asserting his authority on the subject.
Literally.
Just trying to give you something to make him.
You need to connect
seem-
the articles with the whole paper. What? Okay. So I revised it. I tried, and I even labeled each section so that he could not see them. And before anybody says that's a good grade, I know, but I don't care. He gave me a B+.
Bruh.
Before you say that's a good grade,
No.
I'm not saying it's a bad grade, but when I've been a straight A student for 5 years.
This is an independent.
Also, because I am graduating, I turned it in the night before graduation. I did the whole thing by myself. I kind of just thought that maybe he was just one of those professors that was just like, if you did it, you did it. No.
Why do men suck? I bet if it was a woman, it would have been totally
Everyone
fine.
in my close life is like, you should actually not that your grade will get changed, but you should make sure that this does not happen again.
Yeah.
Like, you should complain about him. And I think I will. Sorry, that's so dumb. My paper was really good. At least an A-. Come on. Now I don't even make president's list.
Yeah,
I'd rather die. No, but that's just ridiculous. Look at me as a student. You see that I've had straight A's for the past 5 years. I'm about to graduate. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What's wrong with you?
I get where you're coming from. In the grand scheme of things, I would probably have to side with the teacher not giving you a grade just because your other grades. I'm not going to base my grade off of everything else. But when you did the assignment the way it was supposed to be, when you did an independent study independently without it feels like he's just finding things to find wrong.
Yes.
Because
But also, okay, let's say that an A means that I met expectations, right? no, I didn't get an A. I didn't meet expectations fully. How are you going to say that I didn't meet expectations when there are no expectations set?
That's just it. Yeah.
And he cannot say that XYZ was expectations because they are not written anywhere.
And this is a women's gender study. What authority does he even have
over me?
Yeah. Like,
but it's like, how are you gonna say I didn't meet expectations? What are they?
There
would love to meet them. Where are they? It was honestly such a mistake for him to not have any sort of, I use the word, contract, but like a syllabus or some sort of written guideline. So I didn't even know if I was going to get actually a letter grade or like a completion. Because for one of my classes, I got like an S for satisfactory or whatever, right? Instead of a letter grade. What a mistake for him to not have written expectations.
Yeah.
He did not verbally state them, but if he tries to say that he did, no. I'm sorry. No. That's unacceptable.
Yeah. Or like the teacher who never gives out 100 because nobody's perfect. Shove that straight up your rectum.
I wanted just an A-, and I got a B+. Whatever.
I'm really sorry to hear that. That's crazy. Like, if you didn't deserve a good grade, like, no, don't get a good grade. But obviously, there's no guidelines, no expectations, like you said.
But also, I revised it, and I still. Okay.
No, this is someone. It gives me the vibes of he's just like flexing his ridiculous authority because he doesn't know what else to do with himself.
Whatever. Meanwhile, the professor that I love throughout this semester, I had to write like a 15-minute short film, like a screenplay. And he gave everybody like paragraphs of like breakdown, like where he was like, this film is about, like, he gave like a synopsis of it. He breaks down the characters. He says where it could have improved. He's like, have a great summer. I hope I'll see you at ACE, da-da-da. And then he wrote like a big paragraph. He sent it to everybody saying, have a good summer. Like, it's been such a good semester, da-da-da. He gave me an A. It's like
the above and beyond, like what a teacher really
for
is.
everybody. Yeah. He even like started the message just like, sorry if this is a little like goofy. Like, my eyes are dead from like reading all of the screenplays, da-da-da. And then he rates me this whole thing. It was so cool. Like, I just felt so good reading it because it was like, oh, someone actually read my script and he like actually took away from it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I felt like famous because it was like Casey was like gave a synopsis of it. It was like really cool. You know what I mean?
I wrote a paper and I felt like a celebrity just because my mama liked it so much. She kept telling people, my cousin came over, you got to read Danielle's paper. You got to read Danielle's. I was
That's
like,
so
it was a really good paper. I will admit, like, I'm not tooting my own horn, but toot, freaking toot. It was a really good paper because when I'm interested enough in a topic, I will pour my heart and soul out into it and really do go above and beyond in different essays because that's what I like. I like picking things apart and going for it, and to know that somebody actually recognized my effort with that. And when if I'm passionate about something, if you force me to do something I don't really want to do, I'm going to half-ass it. What? Not true. I'll give my best with it, but it's not going to be anything extraordinary because it's not what I'm interested in. But when you click that interest and it's like, there it is, I'm a pretty good writer when I can be. And when my mom recognized that, my teacher recognized that, I'm like,
that's so cool.
That's a good paper right there.
That's so cool.
But obviously, it's just like, you got to find your audience kind of thing, and your teacher is not your audience. But if you're not going to be able to objectively become your student's audience, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, if you're not able, and that's kind of the thing we were talking about with my politics teacher. If you are not someone who can withdraw your own biases long enough to teach everything, you should not be in that position. You're not a good teacher.
Exactly, because I wrote a horror script and my professor hates horror films. But he was like, I cannot judge you guys based on like the actual story because that's totally up to you. I need to see that you're using the skills and you know how to write like a correct formatting of a screenplay. You can have a beginning, middle, end. You can have these different types of characters. Like, I can't judge like the genre or like what actually happens in your story. That's totally up to you.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, there has to be an ability to be objective there that some people just
Sure.
aren't able to do. And
Now
it sounds like that teacher was not able to be.
And now I'm irked because I don't even know what I did wrong. Like, why did I get a B?
That's another thing. Part of teaching is to like correct when you're wrong.
What did I do wrong?
So when teachers mark things wrong and then don't give the reasons behind it, like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to learn?
I have a professor. My professor this semester, I've complained about him before for being like unorganized and stuff. I got an A in his class, but he will just like, I think his grading was totally random because like I do the assignment, like I have to make a green screen video and I have to have something move in the green screen, like a basic animation of it, whatever. And then he'd be like, "Great job, 97." It's like, what?
Where are my 3 points?
Like I don't care, but it feels arbitrary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like 97, 98, 99, 96. It's like, where is the itemized breakdown?
You got soup?
Is that soup?
Is the
I don't want
cooked?
to eat it out of
Why?
your bowl. Oh, it's mine. I'm going to eat live on the pod.
Let's find out if the rice is cooked. Let's see if you're a total goof up at life. Bland with no salt. Huh?
It's cooked.
You get to live another day.
Not right now. But I will have some. Yeah. It needs a little bit of salt.
Good soup.
Pretty good.
Good soup.
Anywho.
I love that meme. Oh my gosh. I do good soup pretty much at everything. Anything that's satisfactory.
Oh, hey, I also want to update you. You know how I was saying that my professor at OCC didn't reach out to me?
Yeah.
One of them did.
Okay, good.
And she let me know that the email got buried. And she asked me if I had reached out to the other two. And I said yes, but I think that one of them also got buried. It might have. And it's fine.
Which can you...
The one that we did the podcast with.
Okay.
She reached out to me and asked if I'd reached out to.
Okay,
A and
that
B.
makes sense then. That
Yes.
it got buried and like
No, she was like, "I'm so sorry. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't see this."
that
I'm
makes
like,
sense.
"You're good. You're probably busy with finals and graduate or whatever." So yeah, she reached out to me.
So the only one that hasn't...
Was the most recent one we had.
Interesting.
Which is okay. Because, don't ask me how this is possible, but when she had reached out to me about writing me a letter of recommendation, I was supposed to have 3. I had only had 1, but I got accepted.
Congratulations!
But I only had 1 letter submitted. I don't know how that's possible.
I guess they...
She was like, "I'm sorry, I
You
just
blew
saw
them all
this." And I'm
away.
like, she's like, what did you do outside of his class? I'm like, I don't need it. I don't know.
Well, that's exciting. So you're going to go? You're going to do it?
Yeah.
That's so exciting. I followed Bill Vickers on YouTube. Have I
Yes.
watched anything?
I love him.
No, not yet, but...
His website is great. Have you been on his website?
No.
Lifeprint.com.
Lifeprint.
Everybody, lifeprint.com. I've been on that website since I was 14 years old. He has a whole dictionary, A through Z. Every word you can think of is just right there. You can click on it, and even some words that don't have signs, if you click on it, it'll be like, he'll give like a cultural like reason of like why it doesn't have a sign. You're gonna fingerspell, da da da. Some people, he'll say in some regions I've seen this sign. He does like a whole breakdown of every single thing. You click on the word for, I don't know, whatever, and he'll have either a video or like a GIF or like a photo of how to do it. He'll describe it. You know, it's a bent V hand shape, da da da, and it comes from da da da, and
That's legit, man.
it's amazing.
I really do.
And there's also like related words, or you can go to section. You can go to categories like animals. You know, greetings, da da da. There's categories. There's a whole thing, and he also does like those like lesson videos on YouTube. I've only seen a couple of those.
I
There's
really
so
do need to
many.
get better about...
He's crazy.
Cray.
They did place me in level 4, which I guess is fair, but I'm a little bit peeved because we finished through 5/6.
Well, I mean, if this is your interpreting program, their level 4 is probably
No,
level
I think
8
Well, it's just levels 1 through
OCC.
7 that you have to do to complete the whole thing. But they have me starting at 4. Whatever.
Well, what
It's
I'm
probably
saying
fair.
is like our like OCC's level of whatever might only be matching their
That
level
makes
of
sense.
something. So you
Which-
are where you're supposed to be, but
Yes. And I also think it would be good for me to take a little
refresher.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, that's so exciting. I will
I'm
buckle
scared.
down and we'll practice together.
I'm so scared.
You're going to have to teach me what you know because
Okay.
I need like the structure of like school guidelines and like assignments to keep me motivated. I mean, me
Mhm.
doing it like on my own willy-nilly, it doesn't really happen. But if I have that like structure of like, here's today's lesson, I'm like, okay, now I have a direction focus to go. I do better with that. That's why I had to go to school in general. Like, you can learn ASL on your own, but I have to have that dedicated, strict deadline and guidelines and everything. Yeah. Well, that's so exciting. Congratulations. That's very cool.
Thanks.
So what are you're leaving me?
I don't. We'll talk about the details when I know the details. I don't know them either yet.
That's
Well, I think
that was
Eric said that I'm
that
crazy.
was pretty freaking rude.
Eric says that I'm crazy for this idea that I have in my head, but I have in my head, and my mom also has in my head because my mom loves me, is that I will come home every weekend.
The idea is there. It will not happen.
But it would be less driving than I do now to get to Cortland.
But if you have, but that's because you don't have a place to stay in Cortland. You have to drive home.
I guess.
The moment you have an
But
apartment, you won't come
in
home.
my head, I would like to come home and work on my Saturday shift and keep my job at Ace because I love it. And then, like, do my laundry and go shopping at Wegmans and then, like, go back. No, you don't think it'll happen? I think I would like to try it.
You will certainly want to try in the first
I'll
place.
see if I hate it.
Then you'll start to hate it because you're just like, why do I need to go all the way home when I have a place to stay and my apartment's all set
But
up?
I
and this,
also
that, and the
want
other?
to just, like, live in a shoebox while I'm there and just pretend that I'm still living at home and I just happen to stay the night. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be as disconnected from Rochester as possible. I don't know why this is psychologically ingrained in me, but I think it's because I don't want to actually leave home. So, like, if I can make it feel like I'm still living at home as much as possible, then I want to do that. I do not want anything special about where I live. I will literally live in my car. I'll live in the road. I'll live under a bridge while I'm there for the week going to school, and then I'll come home on the weekend and then I'm home. I don't know. Something's wrong with me.
No, I get that. But like I said, it's one of those things that it's easier said than done once you start. I did it again. My bad. Mike probably didn't pick it up again because
No, I didn't hear it.
Dang it!
Sorry.
I gotta stop moving it around.
Just put it in your mouth while you burp.
Just eat the whole microphone.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's disgusting. Well, yeah, definitely keep me in the loop because I'm obviously the most important person that you need to.
No, you know everything that
Yeah.
I know. All I know is that I got in. That financial aid information is coming soon. I'm starting off in level 4. I have to finish through level 7.
I don't care about you. I care about me.
What about you?
As far as like the podcast and coming to hang out and visit and
Yes.
no, I'm kidding. I do actually care. I'm very happy for you, but
I'm not. I'm scared. I didn't think I was gonna get in.
you'll be great.
I didn't think I was gonna get in.
You have such a
I didn't think I was gonna get this far.
You have such a fluidity about your signing that just it's gonna be good.
All
For
right, now I
interpreting.
don't. I need to catch up.
Don't
I
sell
need a
yourself short.
refresher.
You're good.
We need to go to Def Coffee this summer. No.
I think I just went cross-eyed there.
Why?
I was like, oh my god. Yeah. Let me hit up Bill for a little while.
Love Bill.
Love him.
Such a cutie
He's a
little
good
bald
egg.
guy. He's so cool. So smart.
Will you watch? Is your TV a smart TV? Do you have PBS? Can I screen share?
Like, no.
No.
You can, but it's like really laggy for some reason. Like
Mm.
it'll be like
We might just have to watch it on my iPad then. Do it in shifts because it's part 1, part 2.
how
Intermission. It's
Okay.
2 hours.
2 hours.
A
Well,
little
can I
bit
just listen to it or I need to watch it
You have to watch it.
on PBS the website?
Thing.
I could watch it on my TV in my room.
Okay. I want to watch it too.
Oh,
Watch it
you mean
together.
now?
It doesn't have to be right now, but I would love to watch it again. I mean, yeah, we can watch Severance, and we can take turns between Severance and Next to Normal.
I love Severance.
Yeah. I mean, like, I still want to watch it. We just haven't had an opportunity. Like, I've had to leave.
No, I
right
know.
after
I haven't
recording.
watched. I've been wanting to watch it for the third time, and I haven't watched it. So
yeah. So I do intend to watch it.
life
with
getting in the
you,
way of
but-
me watching Severance for the third time.
I know. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
We gotta quit life just so we can do all the things we want. Like, that's the thing. I'm so irritated when I know there's things that I want to do, but then life gets in the way of doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I quit. I don't want to do any. I just want to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Have you been in the Joann's at Town Center?
No.
Because they're closing.
No. Do you want to go?
I'm afraid.
Why?
Because I hear it's like a madhouse in there. You know when stores are closing and so everything's on sale and then people are just throwing things and it's like boxes and it's like insane and it's like Black Friday.
Do you want me to go as your bodyguard?
I
Start
just
shouldering people
well,
out
do you
of the
think
way?
they would have like sewing stuff?
If it's not sold out yet.
I don't know the status. I don't know the state of that building. I
It's
need
probably- well,
grommets.
Target is becoming. That place is so disgusting.
Target.
Yeah, Target in Town
Why?
Center. It's foul.
Why?
I don't know if they have anyone working there to straighten up shelves. I don't know who's going there and shopping.
There's
and
always
throwing and
Starbucks.
scattering.
There's always Starbucks, half drinking, moldy Starbucks sitting on shelves.
That
I don't
place
know what
is
that's
so
about.
foul. Like, I don't know what happened, but since I've been here, it has just plummeted. And
don't know.
like, it's disgusting. I don't know. Like, unfortunately, it's the only place that I have found that has underwear that I like.
Yeah.
And this style and brand that I like, I have to go like multiple times because I can only find like one or two pair.
Right.
And then everything, and I have to sort through you go to the underwear section and there's drawers that have, an entire.
I don't even mess with the underwear.
It's
section.
an entire section of like this style in these rows, and then each one is like a size that as it goes down.
But it's all messed up.
It's all messed up. They're all scattered. They're thrown over the floor, and I'm like, how difficult
And then I
is it
hate
for to
trying
keep
to-
things in the drawers?
I feel like disgusting trying to look through that.
You're
'Cause I'm like,
rifling through an underwear drawer. And
yes,
it's like,
and I'm like making it more of a mess, kind of. I'm like adding to the problem.
but no, that's the thing. I'm like, I cannot comprehend somebody coming in and just scattering things. I'm like, it's not hard to open a drawer, look through, close the drawer. You don't have
I
to
don't know
rip
what we're
everything
doing.
out.
I hate when
People are the bane of my existence.
I hate when people can't put something back where they had just gotten it from.
That's what I mean.
What are we doing?
That's what I mean. I'm like, I saw.
I don't get it.
Frozen.
I'll refold. If I pick up a t-shirt and it's not what I like, I will try to refold it back into that little square configuration to try to put it back and look untouched.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do not do it perfect, but I try.
An attempt was made, at least. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the thing I cannot comprehend when, like, and someone takes shoes off of the rack to try and put them back. Don't just leave them scattered on the floor. Like, are you seriously that lazy, that selfish? Like,
I don't know what we're doing.
Put your carts away. That is like the litmus test of a decent human being, and we're still not
Cart narc?
comprehending that. I still see videos of people being so selfish that they can't put their carts away. If you do that, unfollow us right now. I don't like you.
I hate carts, so I don't even have this problem.
I bought my I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
My shopping cart that I got for Christmas I love it so much. I've
Your
gotten
little
several
rolly.
compliments on it. Get yourself not a reusable, obviously they're all reusable. A collapsible personal shopping cart. Yeah. I don't have to deal with bags. I literally just pick up the little crate, put it in my car, collapse the cart, put it in my car, drive away. It's fantastic. I love
Drive
it.
away.
And drive away. I love it. I've gotten so many
Man.
compliments. Oh my God, that's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah, it's great. Do
Huh.
that. But yeah, no, if you don't put your shopping cart back, if you just scatter things around because it's not my job, it's someone else's job, or like people who throw popcorn on the floor at the movie theater and they're like, oh, it's someone else will clean it upstairs. I hate you.
No, I actually got told off by a waitress because I was like cleaning up the table after leaving the restaurant. Like I try to like stack the dishes and like that, and she was like, "I got it. Like that's my job. I let me take care of you." And I was like, "No, but I don't know. I used to be a dishwasher. Like I get it."
I do that less
Just, like,
for
let me
them and more for
serve you.
my peace of mind. Like if I'm sitting there and and we're done, I don't like seeing spots of empty plates. I'm like, in my head, you clean it up. it's less for them. I mean, it is a little bit. It's less for them though, and more like I want my space neat. And they haven't come immediately. Like 2 seconds, if they haven't taken in within 2 seconds, it's sitting there. I don't know.
One thing that made me crazy about working at a restaurant was seeing just how much food people waste, or that gets wasted. Just like full plates of just food, and I'm just like throwing it away. What?
I never did.
What?
But the overwhelming urge to eat people's leftovers that they didn't eat. Like, because I used to work at a pizza shop. And people would order like the cinnamon sticks or cheese sticks, or they would order a pizza, and you can see like half the pizza. I'm like, they obviously didn't touch it. I want it. And I would stare at this leftover food and be like, I really want it. Like, and I never did, but it was tempting. Real close to doing it. My dad ate food out of the garbage one time.
Your personal garbage? What was it?
There was like leftover pasta or something, and it had been in the fridge for a little while, and so either me or my mom, I forget who it was, but we were just like, yeah, no one's going to eat this leftover, and we threw it away. It was in the styrofoam container. The container was sitting right on top of the trash.
Still no.
But he was like, that's good food, and he took it out and ate it. It wasn't in the trash. It didn't touch trash because it was still in the container.
No, but it's in the trash air.
The idea, yeah. It's
contaminated.
But he did. He ate garbage. So, but no, I seriously contemplated eating people's leftovers.
I don't like eating in my room because it's contaminated by room air. Or drink water. Ugh.
Nope, don't get that.
Like room air.
Don't get that. I don't get that. No.
I don't know. There's just an aura. There's an air. There's a smell. There's an existence that permeates, contaminates. I don't like to.
I had to. Me, my aunt, and my cousin sat down at the table, and I was eating leftover pasta. And soft foods are the worst for this because the soft food makes like a mushier sound.
Oh boy.
I can't stand the sound of my own chewing.
Yes.
I definitely can't stand other people chewing, but even my own, it bugs me. And so I was eating a softer food, which just is like the swishing is worse. I would rather have a crunchier food to kind of mask the swishing of my own spit.
Yeah.
And I'm eating and they weren't talking, and I had to stop and I'm like, please talk. I don't want to chew. I don't want to chew until you guys start talking.
Please talk.
I was like, please make some distracting noises or something. Yeah, it's the misophonia is so real. It's problematic. I think I talked about that. I get murderously angry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad.
Have you ever had like a non-food item that you wish you could eat?
Yes. I cannot remember what though. Yeah, I definitely 100%.
I don't have any.
You hit me that too quick.
Sorry.
There are definitely things that I not so much eat, but I just like I want to bite it. I want to bite it. I want to chew on it.
Yeah.
But not like chew and swallow.
Okay.
That's so specific. But there are things I want to bite it. I want to bite it.
Because we were talking about this last night, and my sister was like, "Oh, like rocks, like chalk, like drywall, like."
It's usually something like mushy or gummy.
I don't have any of that.
Like stress balls or something. Not specifically.
You want to chew on a stress ball?
But
like a breast implant?
No, not anything that would pop in liquidy, but like.
No, but have you seen that guy on TikTok that chews on breast implants as like ASMR?
No.
He goes, "This is my."
That's not my algorithm.
It's a joke. This is like satire, but he'll be like, "Oh, this is my grandma's breast implant," and he's like chewing on it.
That's not my algorithm.
Into a microphone. It'll be now.
Oh, good job. We spoke it into existence. Jeez.
Sorry.
All right. Breast implants. Chewing on breast implants. On that note, we'll talk at you next week.
Talk at you next week.
Comment. Let us know if the up the video, the hi, whatever that is. I don't know. If you like the one screen or the two screen, or should we try a side by side?
Yeah, let us know what
Maybe
you
we
want.
should do that.
Side by side?
We put the
For
up
this
and
one?
down. Let's do a side by side on
Wait,
this
but we
one.
went up. We did already high like this. Now we have to go like this. Oh, but we're just waving to each other in real life. Okay. You know what? Yeah.
Let us know. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. That is the dumbest thing.